In this Systeme.io beginner's guide, we are going to cover all of the different things that you will have to know to successfully get started using Systeme. Now, Systeme is one of the powerfulest all-in-one marketing platforms out there, and we are going to cover stuff like creating sales funnels, sending out emails, so basically doing email marketing, building websites, and so on. Now, basically, I would advise you to watch this video till the end. However, I will also leave you all of the timestamps down below so that you can just skip to the parts that you need. Now, to get started, you will have to head over to Systeme.io. I will leave you my personal affiliate link down below so that if you want to support me for completely free, you can do so. But either way, no hard worries if you don't. Just put in your email address right here and click on get my free account. Now, one thing which is really nice with Systeme is that basically they are going to offer you a free forever plan, which is going to basically get you all of the features that you will need to get started. As you can see, as for the free plan right here, you are going to get 2000 contacts, you can send unlimited emails, you are going to have free sales funnels, and so on. So really, I would advise you to actually get started with the free plan right here, because in the beginning you won't need any of the features for the starter plan right here. So once you've got the confirmation email address right here, just click on it and then put in your password and then just save it. And now you're going to be redirected to the Systeme.io dashboard, which is going to look something like this. Now, this is going to be the dashboard where we can see all of the different stats. Obviously, as of right now, we don't have any stats. And then basically our Systeme account is going to be subdivided in different kind of segments, which you can see right here. Now, before we can get started with these categories on top, you will have to head over to your settings right here, and right here you will have to head over to custom domains. So basically, one thing which I would advise you to do, if you actually do have a custom domain, make sure to add that custom domain right here, because this is just going to make everything way more professional. And if you don't already have a domain, you can use tools like Hostinger right here to get a domain for quite a cheap price. As you can see, .com is only going to cost you $4, which is quite affordable, and it is going to improve basically everything on your website by quite a lot. Now, one other thing which you will have to do is then adding your own custom email address, because as of right now, we are going to be sending out emails with the email address we've used to create an account. However, if you're going to use your own custom email address, you're going to send out emails from that email. So for example, for me, this would be elias@eliaskrause.com. And this, once again, is just going to make everything way more professional and is also going to improve things like basically the deliverability rate and so on. Now, once you've set it up, you can head back to the dashboard, and now we can head over to the contact section right here. Now, basically, you can either just create new contacts by then putting in all of your information about the contact, or you can also import contacts. So if you've used any kind of other email marketing providers in the past, then you can just seamlessly integrate and seamlessly import all of your contacts using a CSV format file. Now, I will not actually do that. However, let me head back to my contacts right here. And then I'm going to click on create new contact. And now I'm going to create a sample contact, which is going to be Wayne at WayneEnterprises.com, or let's actually say Bruce. And then as for the first name, this would be Bruce, and then last name would be Wayne. And now as for country, we could then set a country. I will just say that this is going to be the United States, and we can then basically go over all of the other fields right here, which typically I don't do. I only do care about email, first name and last name. However, if you actually need the other information right here, just make sure to actually set it up. And if you want to actually get a custom field, so if you want to ask custom information, you can do that by creating a custom field right here. So for example, we can just say that this would be age, and then if we're going to save this, we can actually put in our age right here. Now, I will not actually do that, and as you can see right here, we can actually also add tags onto our contacts, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. So once you're ready, make sure to click on save right here, and now your contact is going to be added, and once we've refreshed this is going to show up. Now, basically to organize our contacts, we will have to set up different kind of tags. So basically, once you have quite a lot of contacts, everything is going to be unorganized. So essentially, we can just create our tags right here. So for example, let's just say that we are going to create a tag, which is going to say YouTube. And basically we can then add that tag to our contact. So for example, we can then add our tag right here, and now this is going to be added, and now we actually do know that this contact is there because of YouTube essentially. And obviously you can go way further with this. However, to get started, I'm just going to leave this at this YouTube tag right here. Now, the next big thing that we will want to do is creating our own funnel, because obviously we don't want to manually always add all of our contacts. We actually do want to set up funnels to either get the email address with a lead magnet or also to sell products. Now, basically using these funnels, you can automatically get informations, and then these informations are going to show up as contacts right here. Now, I will actually go to funnels and click on create right here. Now we're going to name this. I will just say that this is going to be lead magnet, and I guess I'm just going to say email marketing. And then I'm going to say that as our funnel goal, this is going to be to build an audience. Obviously, once again, make sure to actually tick this on your own. And as for funnel domain, once you've set up your professional domain, you can just set that up right here. However, I will just go with this domain right here to get started with. And now our funnel is being created. Now, basically a funnel is going to be a page that is going to be primarily designed to either sell something or to get the email address. So this isn't really a website. This rather is going to be a site which is going to be optimized for converting. And to get started, Systeme.io is actually going to give you quite a lot of great free templates which you can all use to get started with. So for example, I actually do really like this template right here, and to actually get started I will just preview it. This is how it is going to look like. I think this does look pretty good, so I will actually click select template right here. Perfect. As for the name, I will name this lead magnet. So basically a lead magnet is just going to be something free that you're going to give out to your subscribers in exchange for their email address and for their first name, for example. And then we can actually edit our page right here. So we would now obviously want to customize everything. So I can actually click right here, and then I'm going to say something like get my free email marketing beginners tutorial. And then obviously this would just be normal copywriting. You would then have to also customize this right here. And then as you can see right here, we would obviously also have to change this right here. So I'm going to change the text to, let's say, supercharge your email marketing. So as you can see, the sizing isn't actually too good. So I will actually change this to, I guess, I will just change this to get started. And then as for the action of this button, we will actually have to basically redirect the person to the next either to the next step, or we can also redirect them to another open URL, or we can also directly put in a download file that the person is then going to be able to download essentially. So depending on your preferences, you will have to tick this right here. I will actually just click next step. And then I'm actually going to leave this right here. Now we can actually also customize this further by changing the placeholder text right here, by changing the input type, and we can even further customize this by adding new elements from our left right here. So basically, like most website builders out there, Systeme.io is going to have custom layouts which you can use. So for example, I will actually add a new row right here, and you can then use this row to drag some elements right here. So I will either just put in a content box, or we can also just put in plain text right here. And we will then have to further customize this to our likings to basically get yourself a nice looking landing page. However, a nice looking funnel. However, to get started, I think this actually is pretty good. So I will actually save the changes right here. And then we basically are done with our first step of our funnel. Now the next step would be a thank you page right here. So once again, you are going to have tons of astonishing templates right here, and most of the time you are going to have basically the theme is going to be the same. So in my case, I think this one right here actually suits our funnel the best. So I will just select that, and then I'm going to click on edit page right here. And now we will basically have to customize this, and we can then basically change the action of this button to open my URL, and this URL should then contain your lead magnet, so basically the thing that you're going to give out for free. Now, once you're done with setting up your funnel, we can actually get started with doing email marketing within Systeme. So basically you can either just create new newsletter right here to just send out different kind of emails to your subscribers. But you can also create campaigns right here. And this is super powerful because this is basically going to work as an email marketing campaign where you can either just market your different products, or you can also just do affiliate marketing with this. So for example, we'll just say something like, have you heard about the new, I guess, MailerLite discount? And then as for the sender name, I'm going to say Elias right here. And then as for the sender email, I'm just going to leave this at the default. Once again, I would recommend you to actually add a professional name. And we can then either use the visual editor or the classic editor. Now, the classic editor is just going to be plain text. However, when using the visual editor, you can actually get started with these templates, which I personally really like. So I'm just going to click on save right here. And now we can get started with actually designing and customizing our email right here. Now, I will not actually go through the hassle of doing that, but either way, this is going to be pretty self-explanatory. You will just have to put in the text right here. You can also change the font to any of these. Personally, I like Tahoma the most. You will then have to change the logo and so on. So overall, pretty basic stuff. However, you can actually create pretty strong emails doing this. Now, I will just save the changes. Then I'm going to click on exit. And now this would obviously be our first email, and we can then either just save and test this, or we can also directly publish this to our email subscribers. Now, I don't want to spam my email subscribers, so I'm just going to exit out of this. And as you can see right here, we're then going to get an overview of all of the different campaigns with all of the different data right here. So the next step of our tutorial is going to be setting up automations. So head over to automations right here and then head over to workflow. Now this automation thing is super powerful because essentially this can automate and streamline all of your different marketing tools, which is going to make everything super easy. So first of all, we will actually have to create our trigger or basically start our workflow with this. So I'm going to just choose a trigger. So for example, we could just say that when a tag is added, this workflow is going to be started, or we can also say when a campaign is completed and so on, and as well as page visited. This is super powerful in my opinion, because basically when a person is going to visit a page, and if you're going to have the email address from that person, you can actually start this workflow, which is super powerful. Now, for now, I will actually just select funnel from subscribed. So basically our trigger is going to get started when the contact has subscribed to a form using our funnel, and I will just select our lead magnet right here. Then I'm going to click on create, and now we would have to actually add a step to this. We are going to have 3 different steps: action, delay, decision. Now basically action is going to be actions such as subscribe to a campaign, send a one-off email, and so on. Delay, as our name already suggests, is just going to be a time delay, and decision is going to split the path based on the person's segment criteria. So to get started, I will actually add a delay for, let's say, 4 days. And then I'm going to click on create right here. And now after 4 days, our workflow is going to continue. And I'm actually going to get started with an action, which is going to be send email. Now this email should be a welcome email. So as you can see right here, we don't actually have any emails. So to change this, click on create a new one right here. And then say welcome to our newsletter. Then I'm going to click on save and edit email. And now we can basically customize our email. So I'm just going to say, hello, thank you for subscribing. Now, one thing which I would advise you to do, if you have a newsletter or if you're going to do email marketing, I would recommend you to have a welcome email where you're then going to basically call out that the person that is going to receive this email should reply to the email, should actually start this email, and so on, because this is going to improve the overall deliverability rate for your emails over the long term on Gmail as well as Outlook and so on. But for now, I will just click on save right here. I'm going to click on save right here, and now we are going to send out this email. we can then send out a decision. So for example, if the person, so basically if this email, welcome to our newsletter, is going to be clicked, then this is going to continue. So for yes right here, we could then send out a new action, which is then going to send out a second email. However, before doing that, I would actually recommend you to once again create a delay, because we don't actually want to spam all of our email subscribers, because essentially by doing so they're going to unsubscribe. So you will always want to add delays to your emails so that you don't actually spam them essentially. Now, as for the no path right here, we could then go to the action right here, and we can then say that we could then unsubscribe the person from a campaign, which would actually make sense because we only want engaged subscribers and we only want people who are actually going to click on the emails. So essentially you can do that if you want to. Now, I think by now you'll get how the automation thing is going to work. If you want to actually go through the hassle of setting up products, you can do so right here. Just click on create, then set up everything right here. And basically, you're going to have physical products as well as different kind of courses. And you can then add your course, you can then add the curriculum as well as teacher photo and so on. So overall, super powerful stuff. And if you have any more questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. And I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. As always, make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. And I will see you in the next one.